Hi, and welcome to the Nature and Wildlife Discovery Center. I'm Diana, and you're visiting, again, our Raptor Center here in Pueblo. Just a short little blip today. I wanted to introduce you to one of the most famous members of our staff, besides Lurch. This is Marcus. Marcus is the Raptor Center cat, and he's been in residence here for about 14 years. And while he is not a wild animal, he's definitely wild at heart. Marcus is not, doesn't really help much with the wildlife, but he definitely helps the people taking care of the wildlife. Marcus actually adopted us several years ago. I'm a firm believer in something called the Catternet, that cats have their own communication systems, because we have had 4 cats at the Raptor Center, and for some reason they always seem to show up right after the previous one has passed. And no, Marcus is no exception. The cat before Marcus was named Gordon, and Gordon had a lot of issues. He was a stray that just adopted us, and he passed. And 3 days later, literally 3 days after Gordon passed, I went down to the river campus to drop some stuff off to the office, and this handsome gray and white cat just came running up to me, put his paws up on my leg as if to say, pick me up. So I did, and just started purring. Marcus has an amazing purr. It's huge, it's loud, it's lovely. So I took him back in the office with me. I said, hey, what's going on with this cat? And they're just like, well, he's been living under the fishing deck at the river campus for the last 3 weeks, and the restaurant staff have been feeding him. So I asked if they had a box because my dog was in the car, and they did. So I stuffed this cat in a box, and I brought him up to the Raptor Center because obviously he was here to interview for the position of Raptor Center cat. So I put him in an enclosure indoors. I didn't want to give him free run for the night, since he was new to the place. So I put him in a big indoor enclosure. Gave him lovely padded cushions, stacked up some milk crates so he could sleep in the window if he wanted to, litter box, all the essentials that you need if you're going to be a cat, and locked him in for the night, said, here's your interview, let's see what you do. And in the morning I returned, and he was laying in the window on his back, feet erect, purring so loud I could hear him through the window closed. And I went in, got into the building, went straight to see him. And he was just lounging about, had used the litter box, hadn't messed up my walls because he wasn't neutered, and seemed very at home at the Raptor Center. So we went ahead and took Marcus that day. We called up Dr. Gregorich at Vet Associates then and said, hey, get some time today to look at a cat for me. So we wandered him over, and Dr. Gregorich looked him over and said he was a fine specimen of cathood, but he needed some things removed on both ends. So after a little dental surgery and neutering on Monday, Marcus took over his position. Now, normally a Raptor Center cat's job is to catch mice in the building, keep us rodent free. However, Marcus said, I don't do that. Instead, he appointed himself the official greeter of the nature at the Raptor Center. So for many years, Marcus would just hang out in the visitor area, often meet people in the parking lot, escort them in to greet visitors, and just hang out. And he has such a lovely purr. He's not purring very loud today, but he has a very loud purr, and oftentimes, especially in the summer months, he will lay under the benches in the public area and in the shade of the trees, and he'll purr, and people will come by and they won't see him there, but they'll hear his purring, and they'll say, what do you guys do, keep pigeons here? His purr sounds like a pigeon. So it's just amazing what happens with Marcus when he gets going. But he's got his own fan base. People come to see Marcus sometimes, and not really the birds. And he's just a sweet soul who loves humans and loves to be touched. Now, he's getting to be quite the senior citizen. Marcus is probably 17, 18 years old, so he's not spending as much time outdoors. He spends most of his days sleeping in his favorite bed, but occasionally he does wander outside, and he's never turns down a cuddle or a pet. He loves affection with people, and he's so sweet. These days, mouse just hang out with him. It's not uncommon. He's sleeping next to his food bowl, and there's a mouse eating out of it. So I've become a much better mouse catcher than Marcus has over the years. In fact, one year we had this horrific invasion of deer mice in the building. I mean, you would open a closet door and there would be like mice staring at you. It would be like, whoa. And so I challenged Marcus to a contest to see who could catch the most mice. So after the week of the mouse wars, as we called them, the score was, my score was 27. The mice scored 22 and Marcus scored 0. So that just tells you how he's just a lover and not a fighter. He's just the sweetest boy ever. But you never know what you'll find at a Raptor Center. So I wanted to introduce you to Marcus because, you know what, he keeps us sane. You can't just go, yeah, I love you too, buddy. You can't just go and cuddle a golden eagle or a great horned owl. That's not what they do. So sometimes when you're having a really bad day or you're a little bit stressed, all you need to do is wander over and kind of give Marcus a little hug and a kiss and a cuddle. So he's our official love muffin of the Raptor Center. And if you want to cuddle something, you just go cuddle him. And he loves it. He would very much happy to do that for you. So he's lovely. So things here at the Raptor Center today are pretty quiet. What's happening while I'm visiting with you is... the volunteers are busy. We have some young ravens that are in. They're hanging out with Jack, our resident raven. And today they're moving from the nursery cage out into our big flight cage. And it's quite a process. They're very noisy and very crazy. And I know that's happening right now. They're getting weighed and they're headed out to the big flight cage. So hopefully next weekend we'll take you out there and you can see the ravens flying around. I just didn't want to put extra people out there to stress them any more than necessary while they're moving. It's kind of hot today. It's in the 90s, so we're trying to move things as quickly as we can and keep everybody cool and comfortable. Got in some new birds. We got in a young great horned, we got in a beautiful little red-tailed hawk youngster. He has a fractured humeral bone. It's a pretty bad break. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to help him, but we'll know more after we can visit with our veterinarian to get some x-rays on that wing. Also, we got from Fort Carson through rehabilitator Aurora McGee in Colorado Springs. They brought her over a nest of kestrel chicks. There's 2 of them. One of them is doing just great. The other one has some issues. So we're going to treat both of them, and hopefully they'll both be okay to go in a few weeks. They're just adorable, and I'll try to, I always say that I'll try to get pictures on Facebook. Sometimes I get so busy I forget, but I'll do my best this week to see if I can get some photos on them. Other sad news is you probably already saw if you're on Facebook today, the post that the little cockatiel did not survive. And my apologies to those of you that thought maybe it was yours. I'm so sorry we lost him. We tried our best, but the starvation and things, sometimes, you take off Marcus? Okay, bye Marcus. Sometimes those things are just so hard to get their bodies to recover from. So we did our best for him, and unfortunately he didn't survive. So if you have any questions, you can always contact the center, and we'll do our best to try to reach out to you and answer what questions that you might have. Other than that, it's a normal day here, nice and quiet. We're trying to get all our work done before the heat and then spend the rest of the day keeping the birds cool and ourselves. But I want to thank you guys so much for checking in. We're still working on getting opened up around the 10th of July so that visitors can come and see us once again. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Have a safe week. You can always learn more if you're looking for something for your kids to do this summer. Check out our summer camps. They'll be starting very soon in July. There's some really fun day camps that are happening here at the center. If you're interested in maybe the lodge, booking a room or something, that'll be opening up soon. So do give a call to the main office and talk with the reservation folks there. There's also information on all these things on our website, which is hikeandlearn.org. And that has a lot of information as well. Send us a message, an email, whatever. We'll do our very best to respond as quickly as we can to you. As always, we want you to be safe, be well, keep practicing your social distancing, wear your mask. It's working. In our area, it seems to be doing the trick to keep us safe, and we can keep opening up, getting life back to normal, which is always the hope for all of us, because I know I would like to go back to the movie theater occasionally and see a movie. So I want to get back to normal too, and have everyone safe and well. So from the Nature and Wildlife Discovery Center, I'm Diana, the Raptor Center Director. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day here in southeastern Colorado, so get out there and enjoy it. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.